Welcome back, gamers, to another episode of the Slow Runcast. I am your host, the Iraqi Balboa, joined by the king of sub-level 100,000 himself, the Durkin Kong.
Kong. Do I have to do the chest beating?
Yeah, and then say "ooh banana."
Oh, I don't know if I could do it. Let me see.
Yeah. That's the one.
Ooh banana.
Ooh banana.
Oh, dude, I'm so sick of hearing that.
Oh, you've heard it for 10,000 times at this point?
Yeah, I think so. I've rolled. This is a little bit early, but I've rolled credits, and I think in the game there's like 500 bananas to collect, and I collected 390 of them or something through the first quick run. So like almost collected them all, but
Sorry, how much were there again?
I think there's 500 total.
Smokes, man. And then can you... Okay, I guess let's not jump the gun. We'll talk about it. We'll get there. We've been playing some games. Durwin has, as you heard, been playing some more Donkey Kong. I've tried Wu Chang Fallen Feathers and played a few other games as well. So we'll get there, Durwin.
Yeah.
Actually,
it says 777, so maybe I'm not as far.
Smokes, that's like double what you have.
Yeah, I just went through so there's a post game, little spoiler, and then I think it's just to help guide you on cleaning up everything. So okay. It's pretty wild. All right, let's get into it.
Let's get into it. Yeah, we are recording a little bit late. Today's Tuesday, July 29th. I was a little bit busy on the weekend. You were a little bit busy, and then I was busy yesterday. So means more news to talk about because it's piled up for a little while longer. I want to start with Xbox. You have any objections?
No, let's go. Let's roll with it.
So the big thing is Xbox has kind of laid out that they are going to be at Gamescom again. And the big highlight of everything they've kind of sneak peeked is that Hollow Knight Silksong will be playable at Gamescom. And it'll be, and the ROG Xbox, oh my God, what a mouthful. ROG Xbox Ally X will also be playable there. They alluded to, Hollow Knight Silksong being playable on the ROG Xbox Ally X on its release. We just don't know the release date for the ROG Xbox Ally X. So, Xbox always shows up to Gamescom. Do they have a little event at Gamescom or no? I seem to forget.
It sounds like they will have a game, like some sort of showcase thing.
Yeah. I'm trying to remember. I don't know. Anyway, they're going to have some third-party titles also playable at the booth. Borderlands 4, Onimusha Way of the Sword, which is 2026 title. Metal Gear Solid Delta Snake Eater, which is coming out like a few days after Gamescom. EA Sports FC 26. And Emo, which I'm not sure what that is. There are no Ghosts at the Grand, which we just saw at the recent Xbox showcase. Power Wash Simulator 2. Final Fantasy VII Remake Integrate, and Final Fantasy 16, which, if I'm not mistaken, is already out on Xbox. Which, on a side note, how is that game selling? Because I heard it wasn't selling.
I don't think it was selling great. I think that there was an article that that posted some numbers or estimates, and it didn't seem like it was a good sell.
Yeah, what I heard was maybe Square Enix complaining about, making their stuff first party for Sony isn't exactly the reason why the game didn't sell. Putting it on Xbox wasn't going to make that big of a difference.
Yeah. So early reports say that it's severely underperforming on Xbox Series X and S, reportedly selling around 22,000 units. And this was on June 18th. That was the title on there. So
wow, 22,000? I'm going to jump the gun a little bit here on my show notes, the way I had it ordered. But on that note, Forza Horizon 5 is PlayStation's best-selling game in 2025.
That's so funny.
Yeah. I mean, I don't know. I didn't think Final Fantasy was an Xbox thing anyway, right?
If you wanted to play Final Fantasy, you get a PlayStation. Xbox, when I think of Final Fantasy.
Yeah. Going down the list, also, there's going to be Invincible Versus, which is that fighter game that we saw at the showcase. Super Meat Boy 3D. Chronos: The New Dawn, which we're still kind of waiting on a release date, should be coming out this year, and Mistfall Hunter, which I'm not sure I know what that is. Do you think we're gonna get a Hollow Knight Silksong release date at Gamescom this year?
They must. I feel if you can actually play a full demo,
they got to,
and it's like getting so close to the final little stretch for the end
I
of the
imagine
year.
we also should be getting a release date for the ROG Xbox Ally and the ROG Xbox Ally X.
Yeah, it seems like it's ready for the release. I mean,
Yeah.
I don't know if they're just making more units or what the case is, but I don't know if it'll even sell that well based on the pricing.
That price tag is going to be crazy. We don't know what it is yet, but it's going to be crazy, man.
Yeah, I think the estimates are putting it at like close to 2000 USD, like 1800 for the top tier one.
You're joking. Are you sure?
Yeah,
That's way too much, dude.
I don't know. This was
I was
this was 9 hours ago. So reliable leakers revealed when pre-orders for ASUS's ROG, Xbox Ally, and Ally X will open, along with pricing for both handheld devices. So it looks like it'll be 599 euro and 899 euro, and it will be open for pre-order on August 20th, 2025.
so that
From
is
Billy
Gamescom.
or
That is
Bill.
Gamescom opening night live, I'm pretty sure.
Yeah. What does that work out to be in terms of conversion? But
It's not a
the euro also, like, I feel like Europe gets shafted with
they
their
do.
price points.
Yeah, it's not even about conversion. Sometimes the conversion makes it more expensive than in euros than it is in USD.
Yeah.
Pricing is
So
not necessarily reflective of the currency. Yeah, we'll see. I'm sure I mean, like Hollow Knight Silksong is still one of those games where it's like, where's the release date? Like, we're fully booked till October, and it's like, we don't know when this game's coming out. That, and I feel like Metroid Prime 4 are the other one. Like, mysteries this year. So, Microsoft has reversed their plans to charge $80 for the Outer Worlds 2, as well as other upcoming titles. Do you recall when this was announced, Derwin, when Microsoft just kind of boosted the price on all their games shortly after the Switch 2 either was announced or after it came out? And we reported on
yeah,
the
I think
show.
it was right after.
Yeah. They
Yeah,
basically
'cause
said, they said Nintendo's doing this, so we're doing it now.
yeah, I
Right?
think we were like just waiting to see, and then that was actually one of the first ones I thought that got that price increase.
I think it's the only one so far that was like confirmed that
Yeah, yeah.
Microsoft would be doing $80. Looks like they've changed gear on that and they've turned it back down on it, and it's going back to being a $70 USD game. Do you have any thoughts on this? What do you think?
Good.
Well, yes.
Yeah, like I can't believe they were trying to charge that much. I feel like Nintendo is the only one that can get away with this because there's been so much like pent up demand.
I think the idea that these publishers think is that everyone will eventually be able to get away with this. And Microsoft was like, okay, let's jump the gun. But maybe they didn't. It wasn't looking good for
Yeah.
good idea for Outer
like
Wilds.
come on, like
Outer
you're
Worlds.
looking at demand for Mario Kart versus like the Outer Worlds 2. Like
Yeah.
come on.
Yeah.
Who's buying the Outer Worlds 2 for that price, you know?
I mean, all that price tells me is like it's like almost trying to push people towards Game Pass.
Oh yeah.
It's like don't buy it. Just go play it on Game Pass.
That's true. That also like that might be like a strategy almost.
It might be. I can't imagine. I don't know. I wish we could. I know there's been a lot of speculation about this, but I wish we could really get the numbers for first party Microsoft games for people who actually buy them on the store versus Game Pass. Like,
can't
I
imagine it's a
really
lot.
want to know how much South of Midnight sold. I want to know how much, this is going to sell. You know what I mean? It can't, I've never bought a first party Xbox game on Xbox. Like, ever since I got the Series X and on Game Pass and whatever. There's no point. It's like, oh, I'll just play it on Game Pass.
Mm-hmm.
And if it's a game I really, really want, now that they're coming to PS5, it's like I'd rather have it on that platform.
Yeah, honestly, yeah, I don't think I bought any of them either.
Do you think maybe the pre-orders were bad on this, and that's why they're like, oh shoot, we should?
Well, for sure. Like I think they knew right away, like they needed to lower the price on this to try and get some traction on people buying.
Yeah, maybe it like restarted the conversation about it
Mm-hmm.
or something. Yeah, because it is kind of the big heavy hitter. They did they topped off their showcase with the half an hour segment from the Outer Worlds. Well, we'll see. That comes out October 29th, I think it is, or 31st, something like that.
Yeah.
Yeah. So recently, Microsoft quietly put an end to selling films and TV shows on their Microsoft Store and on the, whatever you call it. I mean, it used to be called the Xbox Marketplace, but yeah. Whether it's on Windows or on Xbox, this change happened on July 18th. There's going to be no refunds available for any previously purchased content, and this kind of finally puts an end to that 13 Xbox One vision of being the all-in-one box that you watch all your TV shows on. You watch everything, the whole thing that Microsoft tried to sell us on back in 2013 in that notorious presentation from the Dawn Matrix era. And it has silently come to an end. I mean, you can't foresee this stuff, but obviously with Netflix and all these streaming services, they weren't that prevalent back in 2013. But yeah. The vision is
but
gone.
The landscape has changed, and the vision's gone.
Crazy. Sony did this like several years ago at this point, I think. I think they did it like early PS5 or might have been late PS4 where you couldn't buy movies and TV shows anymore on the PlayStation Store. Well, rip the Don Matrix era. So there's this Xbox update that adds cross-device play history for insiders. It's basically like, I mean, they've been pushing this whole thing of like play everywhere on your Steam, not on your Steam Deck, on your Asus ROG Ally, on your Xbox, on your Samsung or LG TV, on the streaming app, on PC. And they're really trying to push this whole like vision of being able to, play on the go and have your data cross progress across like all devices, which I think is very cool. I think it's super cool. It's neat. Basically the new update doesn't matter whether you're on console, PC, or Windows or handheld. Xbox insiders will find their play history at the end of the jump back in list on the home screen. So that's crazy. Like it's the next step beyond quick resume.
Yeah, I'm excited for this. I like hate having to restart games, especially if you're like playing on different platforms.
Agreed. I wish we could have some kind of like, I know it's hard, but like, and it comes down to the developer themselves, but being able to have cross progression on games from like PS5 to PC or whatever, right? Like you buy Ghost of Tsushima on PS5, it would be nice if you could carry over your save file to your PC or whatever.
Mm-hmm. Or like another one that I know is like cross platform for everywhere is like Mega Man Battle Network Collection.
Oh, is it?
Yeah, because you can get it on Switch, you can get it on PS. I believe it's on Xbox too, so like that would be something that'd be cool, especially for a collection like that too. Like because like you could play on your Switch when you're handheld, and then you prefer to play on like your PS5, right, when you're at home, kind of deal.
Yeah. Well, we'll see. I mean, the industry's going in that direction, it seems, and Microsoft's the one who's kind of leading it. I don't know how much people will follow suit. Sony doesn't really need to follow suit right now, but eventually maybe we'll see more PC integration with a lot of their games coming to PC and potentially like maybe a handheld console down the line. It will all make a big difference. The Ori developer Moon Studios explains why No Rest for the Wicked may skip Xbox. Now, this is pretty big because this development studio has been really associated with Microsoft for, I believe, their entire history because they're kind of their biggest games, Ori and the Blind Forest, Ori and the Will of the Wisp, were both Xbox exclusives when they released, and I believe they're still not on PS5. They're only on Xbox. I don't know if they're on PC, but they came to Switch like later. Recently, we talked about this co-founder of, I don't know if this is the same guy. Actually, we talked about what, maybe it was the game lead or the maybe it wasn't the owner, but it was like the development lead who was basically like throwing shade on Twitter at everyone. But yeah, they're saying that given the current market conditions, we might only release on PS5 and potentially Switch 2 for the time being. We have to discuss things with Microsoft to see what makes sense for Xbox. And yeah, I mean, they did confirm that, like, just relax. We're not like, we don't have beef with Microsoft or anything, but it is interesting to see that they're deciding that maybe it's not worth porting their game to Xbox from a, like, development standpoint, especially considering they have to get it to work on the Series X and the Series S, in turn to see what potential profit they could turn around from that. That went back to kind of what we were talking about Final Fantasy 16, which is kind of what Square Enix thought. They thought they were like, I mean, surely they would have seen these numbers, but they thought maybe Final Fantasy 16 and 7 Rebirth did not sell to their sales targets or their expectations because of the platform exclusivity. So that's why there's been this push to put them on Xbox, and they've done that, and it doesn't seem like it's paid off. I don't know, man. It seems like it's a dying platform at this point, unless you're playing Game Pass.
Yeah, or if basically they can code it exactly like PC, right? Which I guess they probably would. I don't know.
I think it's a Series S thing, man. But I don't think no rest.
I don't think that's
rest
a
for the
bad
Wicked.
thing, though.
Yeah. So yeah, they've only developed 3 games: Ori and the Blind Forest, Ori and the Will of the Wisps. So that was 2015, 2020, and No Rest for the Wicked came out in early access in 2024 on PC. Still hasn't had 1.0 release. Alrighty, that is it for Xbox this week. We can move on to our other platform holders. You want to start? You want to go PlayStation or Nintendo, Durwin?
Let's do PlayStation.
Alrighty. So PlayStation has acquired 2.5% of Elden Ring publisher Bandai Namco in a strategic partnership. This comes up to a total of 68 billion yen, which I'm not sure how that converts to US dollars. Let me do that. 68 billion yen to USD, that is 459 million US dollars. Previously this year, or it might have been late last year, Sony also bought a certain portion of the guys who basically own From Software. So Bandai Namco publishes most of From Software's games, but From Software is owned by, is it called Katakawa?
I think so.
Kawa Corporation. I think that's what they were called.
Yep.
I could be wrong.
Kadokawa Future Publishing.
Yeah.
And Kadokawa Games. Yep.
So yeah, first buying into them last year, now into Bandai Namco. So we'll see. They're calling it a strategic partnership. Yeah,
that makes sense. I feel like a lot of the Bandai games, I think of when I see like the Bandai logo, I think of like PS5 automatically. Maybe because I've played mainly those Bandai games on a PS5, like Naruto.
They publish a lot of IP like games as well, like in addition to Elden Ring. I mean, they must have made so much money from Elden Ring from publishing that game.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so but yeah, they do make all the like the Naruto or like any type of anime kind of IP game.
Yep, exactly.
They're making it.
Yep,
they're
all the Gundam ones, Naruto, One Piece. Yeah, basically all the. I wonder. I don't know about the Dragon Ball Z games, but maybe them.
They do. Well. Yeah.
Oh, they do. Okay, yeah.
I don't know about Fighter Z, but they for sure did Kakarot.
Yeah,
they for sure published that one, and they published that like asymmetrical multiplayer one. I forgot what it was called. Slips my mind. And they published the one that just came out recently, Budokai Tenkaichi. What was the subsequent title? That came and went, didn't it? Huh?
Yeah, I think it was like a lot of hype, but then like the next games came out and people forgot about it. Well, I'm sure they do. The amount of people that love anime and will play those games.
Sparking Zero, that's what it was called.
Yeah. Did they do the new Hunter x Hunter game too?
I think so. Yeah.
I think that one's a money grab. Nen Impact.
Oh, it's like I think it's like 24 on Metacritic.
Sorry?
I think it's like 24 on Metacritic right now.
Well, it's so bad. I was looking at some of the reviews because I was like jokingly saying like, oh, maybe I should play this.
Hunter x Hunter Nen X Impact has the worst user reviews of 2025, overtaking Mind's Eye. Let's go.
No way. Oh my god.
Dude, that's insane.
Dude, I'd rather play this than Mind's Eye. At least this you can play a few rounds and then turn it off.
Well, because you already 100% in Mind's Eye. You wouldn't.
But yeah, it's in my mind.
You got already into your Mind's Eye.
Yeah, the publishers for that was like Worldwide Arc System Works and Bushy Road.
Arc System Works are the guys working on the new Marvel fighting game that we saw at the last Sony State of Play. What was that game called?
Well, I forgot it. They also did Dragon Ball Fighter Z.
Yeah, they did. Yeah, looks like they publish a lot of games. I wasn't aware. Marvel Tokon Fighting Souls. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, you're right. They did publish this Hunter x Hunter.
Yeah, that's a big pass.
Yep. So Sony's making big money moves, but they're also trying to get away from settling it in court. Sony PlayStation's coupon settlement was rejected in class action lawsuit. This lawsuit, what was it for again? It's been going on since 2019. Okay, this is what it's about. its PlayStation stopped retailers like Best Buy and GameStop from selling download codes for digital games. So basically forcing, like, it's almost like a monopoly move where it's like, okay, digital games are a big thing. We'll sell the codes at Best Buy or GameStop. But Sony was stopping them from doing that so that, you had to buy it on the PlayStation Store if it's a digital
Oh,
game, right?
can you
So this,
can you not do that?
I
I'm just
guess not.
thinking.
I'm just thinking. I know you can do it for Switch games. I've seen Switch games with
Yeah,
codes.
I've seen. I feel like I see like Switch games all the time like that. How about Xbox games?
I don't know because I've actually bought like a few code things for my cousins, like Switch
Have
games.
you?
I bought them Minecraft Legends, I think, or Minecraft Dungeons,
Yeah, I know.
and something else I can't remember. Yeah. Anyway, so this has been going on since 2019. Class size includes more than 4.4 individuals alleging that Sony is placing unfair prices in their platform's digital store and monopolizing the sale of these games. The company's effort to settle this case has been rejected. So basically, the judge, Martinez Olguin, has referred to the settlement as a coupon settlement, which is generally just favorable. Basically, I think Sony was like offering credit, like 7.8 million in electronic credits that impacted the users. And yeah, so he called it a coupon settlement.
Interesting.
I wasn't aware of this.
Yeah, I wasn't
Been
even
going on for a
aware of
while.
this either. But I mean, I tend to not buy like dude, if I'm gonna go into
Buy a
store
digital game. I'm just gonna buy it
and
online.
buy a digital game, why would I want to put in a code? I'm just gonna buy it online. Like
I think that is meant for kids who don't have credit cards, and maybe they get like money and they're saving money allowance. They go to
no.
store.
Steal your parents' credit card and just put it in and buy it.
Yeah, you did not hear that from me, but yeah,
I'm gonna
or a gift.
I'm gonna tell Dawood this for him to do it, and then you can just
He doesn't
dispute
need
the
to steal
transaction.
anything. The kid literally is gonna have every freaking single game that he could ever freaking imagine, besides from Roblox, because that's banned in my house.
Oh no! I'm gonna get him $100 Roblox gift card.
Oh, geez, I'm not gonna let him even touch that game. What was that? What was I saying? Yeah, no, I think it's for that, like for kids to go buy for
That's
someone who
fair.
doesn't have a credit card, and for like gifts. Like I want to go buy a Christmas gift for someone, but whatever. There's only a digital download code for this game. You know what
Again,
I mean?
I'd
So,
rather buy like an actual card copy
yeah,
for a gift.
yeah,
You know?
yeah. But some games they don't come with it. Like I think Minecraft
Yeah.
and stuff. There's no like
Dude,
physical.
imagine you're like unwrapping a gift and you accidentally rip the code in half.
Yeah, that's your problem.
That'd be rough.
Yeah, it would be.
You just got to piece together all the the pieces for it. It's a game in itself.
Well, I could just imagine this little kid, this poor little kid, gets excited, freaking rips open this code, and then he's like, "Oh, that like that pain in your heart."
Yeah. You
I
just
think
have that face when you see people die inside.
when I was a kid and my dad bought me a PS2, um, we went to go set it up, and we had like an older TV that didn't have like the 3-prong connection, the white,
Oh yeah,
yellow, red.
the component.
It just had the coax cable, and like I go to like plug in my like PS2, and I just sit there like looking at the back of the TV that doesn't have this plug-in and this like 3-prong thing, and I like silently like died in my like inside. And this is after like begging for months to get this thing. Like my dad finally like felt bad for me and got it. And then I like literally remember just like walking to the couch, lying down on the couch, turning my face away towards like the back of the couch, and I was just like freaking crying. And I just cried myself to sleep. And I woke up like 2-3 hours later, and I found my dad sitting there like trying to play on the PS2. And I'm like, what's going on? I see the PS2 is like working on the screen, and he had like went out and bought me like a cable adapter.
For the coax to
Yeah,
the component.
Yeah, he got
That's
the cable
funny.
adapter, and I was just like, "Oh my god, this is the greatest day of my life." So this is,
After
like,
crying for 2 hours.
So the kid like rips the freaking game with the code, and then his parents go and buy him the actual physical copy.
That's rough. Except for that, these games are like so
$110.
Dude, if my kid ripped up a code for $110, man, there would be a little bit of abuse. Maybe.
Yeah. We'll leave that off the show, Durwin. And for the record, Durwin does not have a child.
I only have dogs.
That we know of.
Yeah.
That he knows
My
of.
dogs have already eaten enough things.
He also does not abuse his animals.
No. They live very comfortably.
They abuse him.
Yeah. Dude, Maisie has a habit now of like literally running around my head when she wants attention. So
Sounds
I'll
like
like
my
lay
child.
there and then she'll just come up and then she'll like literally run the circle around my head on top of the pillow.
Mm.
It's so weird.
Sounds like my kid. How old is she now? She's like maybe like 8 months now. 10
She's a
months.
year. She gets spayed next week. So
Ooh,
yep.
you're gonna have fun, huh?
Yeah, I will
Gonna have a
be
cone on
caring
her
for
head.
her.
Oh, poor thing. I feel sorry for her. I feel sorry for all animals that get their things whacked off. But what do you do?
Yep.
That's what
Yep.
happens. That's what happens when your reproductive rate is too high.
Yeah. Do you know
Nobody
what
wants to
you
the other
do
things.
when you copy somebody's work?
Well, that was not the segue. I've been building up the segue for like 10 minutes as we've been like, meandering into different conversation. I was going to say, speaking of lawsuits. But yeah, anyway. So, do you remember this game, Durwin?
I did. Yeah, we were having a conversation, I think, when the trailer launched on whether or
When the
not
trailer
Sony
revealed.
would sue.
Yes. So, Sony files a lawsuit against Tencent for alleging copying the Horizon series. This is with regards to their upcoming PC title, Light of Motrium, which was revealed late last year. And like, I mean, you both saw it, and we were immediately like, "Oh, we're doing like Horizon likes now? Is that what it is?" But it
Yeah.
did feel like awfully close to Horizon. So Sony suing them now. The monetary amount is undisclosed as of right now. But yeah, we'll see. I mean, I don't know. I don't know if they're gonna win this case. I mean, Nintendo didn't really win.
Yeah,
What was
I
that?
don't think they're really looking for a win. I think they're really looking just to like stop them from making this game or force them to change enough things
To make it different.
to make a difference and to like kind of make sure their IP is protected, to be
Yeah,
honest.
yeah, I agree. I don't like Nintendo didn't win against Pal World. Really, they just kind of forced their hand to change a few things, right?
Yeah. There's like certain things that they clearly like pinpointed. So like looking at this, they'll probably end up having to change some of the like enemy design or the gameplay itself seems like quite different anyways.
It did. I did. I can't, if I recall correctly, it did not feel like Horizon. It felt like more like a Monster Hunter.
Yeah, I looked at it and I was like, this is definitely not like Horizon. It looks like it would be set in the world of Horizon, but I feel like the gameplay is different enough.
I mean,
Perhaps
but
not.
it is like it really is a copy. Like it's insane how they thought they would get away with this. Like even the character design for the main character, she's not exactly Aloy, but I mean close enough.
Yeah. Definitely has has the DNA from the Horizon franchise for sure.
They had some nerve kind of trying to put this together and thinking they could pull it off. Yeah. Speaking of the Horizon franchise, it has now sold 38 million copies. So that's two games, Horizon Zero Dawn and Forbidden West, plus their PC releases that came down the line later, and like a bunch of different.
Do you think it
remaster
counts
versions.
Lego as well?
Well, that's a good point. But how much did that sell? I wonder.
Probably not that many. I feel like it already went on sale like quite a few times already.
You never know with Lego games, right? There's also a VR2 game which I did not think sold well, probably, although it was like packaged with most.
It was packaged in, so
Yeah.
I mean, if the VR2 was selling well, then it would have sold decent, but it clearly did not sell well.
Yeah, that was like the only Sony first party PSVR2 game. Insane, man. They literally launched that thing, nobody bought it, then they're like, okay, we're gonna let this die. Yeah, 30 million copies. I can't find like a breakdown of
Yeah,
what
it
sold
just
what,
says
but
globally.
yeah, good for them. Waiting for that next Horizon game though. We want to know what Guerrilla Games is working on. It's been a minute, no? Come to think of it, like time flies by. Like you think, oh, whatever, we just saw a game from these people. Give them some time. It's been 3 years since their last game. Am I wrong? I mean, I know, not including Lego.
Yeah, they had DLC though.
They did in 2023, but that's still been 2 years. Alrighty then. So Sony's new power save mode will scale back performance of supported PS5 titles. Did you see this? There's this new update going into beta. It also allows you to register DualSense controller with up to 4 devices at once, so you don't have to like keep unsyncing your controller and syncing it with another console. Yeah, but this firmware update basically. So, okay, when I read this, I was like, this is stupid. Who's going to do this? Who's going to play a game on power save mode to save the environment and like play it at a lower resolution and frame rate. That seems kind of weird, right?
Yeah.
But
Is
then,
is it
yeah, go
just
ahead.
features that are basically getting like nerfed a little bit?
Yeah, so basically, if you have a game that supports this power save mode, you can turn it on for that game, or you could keep it turned on for like select titles or whatever for whatever title allows it. And I think it automatically kind of scales down the game visually and like performance wise, so that you save power, so that the PS5 doesn't like consume as much energy. Which like I don't know who's doing that to save on electricity bills, and I don't know who's really doing that to save the environment either. Seems kind of weird. But I've been kind of following conversation online, and this is intriguing news, not for the two reasons that I mentioned, but rather they're saying this is kind of the first step towards being able to make a handheld console that can play all the games on your primary home console, but be able to scale down in order to handle the game. So you have this feature in these games, like probably a lot of Sony first party games will get this first. You can, it'll be able to scale down the game performance wise and quality wise, and that'll be easier to port on like a handheld form factor.
Oh,
It's like
okay.
the
That
first
makes
step
sense.
towards it.
That makes sense. So it's basically like making, like, let's say like your Series X, you could just buy a Series, like if the Series S didn't exist, I guess, and just being able to do that.
Yeah, yeah. Same way like the Series S and S, you could get the same game, but it knows like runs it at whatever. We scale back the performance so that it runs back good on a handheld. I thought that
Nice.
was really
I
interesting.
feel like that's a nice step if that's what it really is a stepping stone for.
That's not what officially it says it is. That's what
Yeah,
people are
yeah.
speculating. I gotta like
Yeah, that makes
clarify
sense
that
though. Because like
online.
you might as well test it, and who else better to test it than like actual people?
Yeah, it's like this is like the first attempt to see how the future will work. It does sound a little AI too, but I don't know how that would be integrated. Sony's PlayStation 5 fight stick is called Flex Strike and is coming 2026. This is a wireless fight stick. They had a little reveal trailer for it. It'll be on display for the first time at Evo 2025 in Las Vegas, which I believe Sony owns Evo now, right? Yeah, that's correct. Did you take a look at this fight stick, Durwin?
Yeah, I did. It kind of looks like a. It definitely takes a lot of design elements from the PS5. It almost looks like a PS5 but sideways,
Yeah, it
and
does.
then they added some buttons.
It does. It looks really cool. I wonder how much it's gonna go for. Obviously, I wouldn't care for this because I'm not really fighting in person.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, they're kind of showing it along. What's that game called? Marvel's the one from Arc System Works. Marvel's Tokon, the fighters game. I keep forgetting it.
I want to keep saying Marvel's Rivals, but it's definitely
No, it's Tokon.
Marvel's Token.
I don't know
Token.
how do you pronounce that.
I have no idea. Fighting
Yeah.
styles.
Also, this game is going to be playable in some type of demo form at Evo this year. So
Yeah, this one looks
which might
really good though.
this fighting game, yeah, it does. I
Yeah,
really like the
yeah.
Japanese art style version of these Marvel superheroes.
Man, I don't
Yeah.
know. I feel like I'm more of a fan of the Rivals.
Oh, geez, yeah, you're a fan of the swimsuit skins,
But
aren't
yeah,
you?
did I sent you that that old
You know,
clip?
I was gonna put it on the show notes like not too long ago, but then I was like,
Yeah,
what am I doing? I was like, that's insane. But yeah,
yeah. They were
it's
looking at the Malice the skin. That is so good.
Yup, it's Marvel Rivals is starting to get a little bit raunchy there. I mean, I don't know if these are real like Black Widow bikini. Jeez. Yeah.
Looks bad. Hey, but
Speaking
it
of
sells. I bet you they make so much money off skins.
probably so much and they don't care. You know, the Chinese developers like whatever, I don't care about your freaking stupid like, SJW
Morals.
woke morals. Yeah. We're
Yeah.
making money, baby. And we know you
Mhm.
guys are perverted, sick people, so you're gonna buy these skins for $30 a pop. Yeah. Speaking of skins and controllers, the PlayStation 30th anniversary PS5 console and DualSense, as well as I believe it was the Portal and the Pro
Yep, the
controller,
Portal.
but not that Pro console that had the big bundle with the serialized number.
I didn't see the Edge controller come back. Did you?
Maybe I'm wrong. Yeah.
I thought it was just the
Yeah,
regular
you're right.
DualSense, the
The DualSense
Portal,
Edge hasn't been
and
restocked. Yeah, you're correct.
yeah,
You're
and
right.
then the slim PS5, not the Pro,
PS5.
not the Pro
No,
one.
not the Pro one.
I
Yeah,
don't know.
These are back, baby. We bought a bunch of these back in September last year. I think it might have been our first or second episode of the podcast. I still haven't even opened mine. I haven't sold
I
a bunch
haven't
of
even
mine.
opened mine.
Yeah, which I'm just like, maybe I should have sold it sooner. Now that there's going to be more in the market. So
Yeah, honestly, I
jokes
don't
on
know
us.
why they just don't make more of these. Like, it seems like they like are making more anyway. So like, why not just make some more PS5 Pros or whatever? Like,
I think the pros were serialized. Like they were supposed to be like a limited. It was like 12. It was the anniversary or something, like 12 something. I don't know when the PS1 came out. So yeah, I don't know. I feel like the amount of times I've bought stuff thinking I could hold it and sell it down the line just hasn't worked out. Either they like restock them and flood the market with them again, or
yeah,
like demand drops significantly after the zeitgeist of it all is like kind of over.
yeah, we're just bad luck. Bad
Yeah,
luck with all this.
I gotta stop. But you should see. I put all my gaming stuff on this new setup here. When you come over, you'll see all
Nice.
the
Can't wait to see
special collector's edition stuff that I collected over the years.
it. Special collector's edition stuff that's not worth any money.
No.
Damn.
So we got some news that Ghost of Yote has a similar amount of content as Ghost of Tsushima. There were some fears and worries amongst the gamer community that, based on what they saw from the trailer, that the game was going to have way more content, so it was going to be bloated. Or actually, some people also thought the reverse. They thought way less because, it looked like the world was emptier. So, Jason Connell, Sucker Punch creative director, has confirmed that expect the same amount of content, which is really good. How long to play has this game? At 25 hours to complete the main story and 46 with main and side content with 60 for 100%ing the game. I don't know. Sometimes how long to beat, like the people who are like putting the numbers in, I feel like for when it comes to 100%ing a game, I don't think it's accurate. Like I 100%ed this game. It was way more than 60 hours. I did play it on the hardest difficulty. I don't think it mattered that much. I think it had way more than 60 hours of content at the hardest difficulty. I thought it was
Yeah.
maybe close to 90.
I think sometimes it depends too, because I feel like I get distracted even when I'm trying to like clear everything. I just start like wandering off in one direction, and now you realize like, oh, I've walked too far in one direction, might as well go this way. And then I feel like there's a lot more backtracking
Okay.
versus like
Yeah.
one set mind, right?
Like one person who's like, I'm going to 100% this game and puts their mind to it.
Yeah, exactly. They're only chasing those things, and they're like, "This is the next thing. This is the next thing," kind of deal. You know?
I think a lot of people just don't 100% these games and just say, close enough. 100% is it. 60 hours.
I still need to finish.
You're running out of time, brother.
I know.
I know, man. The release schedule is crazy, man. There's so many games this year. I feel like I say that every year, but this year, I feel like before there would be like clusters. It would be like a cluster of like all these games coming out like one shot, and there'd be like stretches where it's like maybe a few indie titles I'm interested in, but nothing serious coming out. This year, it's just been like every week there's a game I'm interested in, or even like slightly interested in. Might not necessarily play it, might just try it on Game Pass or whatever, but I just felt like it's been nonstop. I have not played any games on my backlog, I think. I played one game on my backlog, I think, all year. It's just been, what's the newest thing every week. So yeah, like no downtime to go back and like play old stuff. That's it for PlayStation. We can move on to Nintendo. So I alluded to Forza Horizon 5 being the best-selling game on the PlayStation. We got that data because kind of Circana, which is the data analyst outlet, they got us some numbers for June 2025. This is coming from Matt Piscatella, who usually crunches these numbers and posts them. We know now how much the Nintendo Switch 2 has sold in their launch month in the US, which was June. And they're at 1.6 million units. And 82% of Switch 2 buyers also acquired Mario Kart. Kind of makes sense when they bought it. So this is more than the 1.1 record held by the PS4's 2013 launch, which is the important thing to note here. This console is on track to being like the fastest selling console and probably the most selling console. Like it's insane, more than the Switch One. I think this is partly because it seems like there's, and I don't know if you agree with me or not, but it seems like this thing's available everywhere. I just went to Staples the other day to buy some stuff for work, and I happened to walk by, and lo and behold, there was 4 Switch 2s, 2 regular Switches, and then the one with the Mario Kart bundle just sitting there on the shelf. You could pick it up and go buy it. And the console's been out for what, like a month and a half now? This was like unheard for the PS5 or the Series X when those came out. Unheard. There'd be like no way you'd walk into a store and just find them there like on the drop. This has also caused the hardware spending in the US to surge to 249% year on year to 979 million, which is a record for a June month, obviously, because consoles don't come out in June usually. I guess June 2008 was a console. What's special about June 2008? 608 million in June 2008.
Is that the Wii?
Was that the Wii? I thought the Wii came out earlier than that.
Oh no, 2006.
Yeah, and in November.
What would have been in June 2008?
I don't know. I don't know why June 2008 was the previous high. So yeah, selling pretty good, but here's the interesting thing. Even after all that, the best-selling game of June is Elden Ring Night Rain.
Really?
Yes, it is Elden Ring Night Rain. It is number 1, followed by Death Stranding 2 on the beach. Then Mario Kart World 3rd, which tells you, like, I bet you a lot of people bought Mario Kart. That means a lot of people bought Death Stranding 2 and Elden Ring Night Rain. Of course, 5th, you get into Call of Duty Black Ops 6. Or 4th. 5th is Stellar Blade. Obviously, the PC launch. Of course. Forza Horizon 5 is 6th, which we were talking about, the surge, because they put it on PS5. MLB The Show, Sports Simulator, of course, Minecraft. That's one that always hovers up there. Grand Theft Auto 5, of course. Rune Factory Guardians of Azuma is 10th, which I thought was very interesting. Split Fiction still selling very good, or 11th. EA Sports FC 25, of course. Elden Ring, 13 still. 3 years after its release. Crazy stuff, man. That game's made a lot of money for Bandai and From Software. NBA 2K25, of course, that's a regular. Same with Red Dead Redemption 2. Elder Scrolls Oblivion Remastered is 16th, dropping from 4 last month, which makes sense. Star Wars Battlefront 2, which did you remember the surge in Star Wars Battlefront that happened last month when everybody was like trying to play it again, and then people were like, yo, this game is like actually amazing. How did we not know about it? And everybody was like buying it for like $2 on Steam. Yeah. Cyberpunk, that's a regular up there. Assassin's Creed Shadows still selling very good for Ubisoft, 19th this month, and WWE 2K24. So yeah, looks really good for Nintendo right now. What else do we know here? Switch 2 is also selling at least 3 times faster than the Switch 1 in Japan. Which is also insane, man. I like the sequel console selling better than the first one, when the first one was like the kind of unique thing, and the sequel just being kind of like an incremental update on it. Is pretty crazy to me. Like at least 1.5 million units sold in Japan the first month. And this is coming from Famitsu, which collects data from over 3,000 Japanese retail stores, which is the highest sales of any console in Japan since the publication began collecting data in 1996. Crazy. Insane. Higher than the Game Boy Advance, higher than the Nintendo DS. This Switch 2 is literally on track. Maybe the sales like slow down because everybody's like kind of getting it day one. Even in this market economy, even in the shocking price tag it had, somehow it's still selling this good.
Yeah. I'm surprised that even the 3DS must have some high sale numbers too. Because you know what they use the 3DS for?
Yeah, I'll tell you the numbers here, right here. The 3DS sold, or no, not the 3DS. I have the DS here. I don't see anything for the 3DS. The DS was 1.2 million.
Yeah, so in Japan and like some Asian countries, they use like the 3DS as like a school learning device.
Wasn't it also, do you remember that it was like a learning device at the Louvre Museum in France?
Yeah. And the only reason why I know that about like Japan is because we went to the Louvre, and then I was like, why is everybody holding a 3DS? Is everybody just playing Pokemon here? And I'm like, I'm here twiddling my thumbs. Like, what?
Yeah.
Like everybody got wind of like the Pokemon and Louvre collection crossover, and they're just playing Pokemon, and here I am like looking at art like a weeb. Actually, an opposite of a weeb.
You should be playing Pokemon, yeah. No, I don't know. Yeah, that is a lot, but still, maybe that's that people weren't buying that the first month for like as a learning device, right? This is all launch month numbers.
Yeah, that's true.
We also got news that Deltarune topped Switch 2's digital charts in June, while Mario Kart World dominated in active players. Deltarune was a game that I really wanted to kind of try on the Switch 2 because it was one of the kind of like launch games, but I don't know. It's like only up to chapter 4 right now. So I was like, oh,
Oh, this is like the one with the weird chapter breakdown.
It's been going on for like ever, these chapter breakdowns. So I'm like, oh man, maybe I'd just rather just play it when it's all out because I'll just forget. So that's everything Nintendo Switch 2 sales for June 2025. We had a Pokemon Presents last week. Did you watch this, Durwin?
I did watch most of it. I saw bits and pieces of it.
Do you want me to point out the list of things and then you give us the rundown? Because I didn't watch anything. I'll be honest.
Honestly, the only notable thing is that they showed more of Pokemon Z to A.
What do you mean, bro? What about Pokemon Sleep?
Dude, shut up.
You don't play Pokemon Sleep, bro?
No. Dude,
oh my
they have
God.
not. Oh, this is what makes me so mad about the Pokemon company. They have so much potential for like a spin-off game, but all they make is like spin-off mobile games, and I'm not covering any more Pokemon spin-off mobile
Honestly,
games.
I was like, I wonder what they're going to show here, and it was just like, here's a mobile game.
Yeah,
here's another mobile
Pokemon
game.
Cafe update, Pokemon Sleep update, Pokemon Trading Card Game update, Pokemon Unite update. Yeah. There you go. I've covered most of the Pokemon Presents in one go.
Pokemon's Masters EX.
Yeah.
Pokemon Go.
That's another one. And then
Yeah.
they also have the Pokemon, the Netflix series, new episodes.
Yeah. New show coming in 2027 as well. Yeah. Okay, fair enough. I'm kind of on the same boat. We don't need to go through this whole list. But yeah, they did show more Z to A content. And we got an announcement that there's going to be a Nintendo Switch 2 hardware bundle that has Z to A bundled with it, similar to the way we had Mario Kart World bundled on the launch.
Yeah.
Do you think they're going to get rid of the Mario Kart?
Did you get sold on Z to A a little bit?
No, I'm not even touching it.
I kind of did.
I knew you were gonna. You didn't need to tell me. I knew since day one when I was like, this game looks like shit, and Durwin's still gonna buy it, and he's still gonna review it, and he's still gonna complain about it.
Because Pokemon has its clutches on me. Okay,
he's still gonna play the shit out of it. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. Yeah. No, I'm not. I am not playing ZTA. I don't care. Like, I was more interested in Arceus when it came out, and I was like, okay, maybe I'll wait. You know, for the next iteration of this, it'll look a little bit better and it'll be funner.
Dude,
and then this came out, and I'm like, well, I don't care.
You know what? The one sentence that got me was that, wild Pokemon are randomly mega evolving, and I was like, oh man, I'm in.
Random Pokemon are mega evolving.
Yeah, it's like a little mystery because it reminds me of almost like what's it called? Pokemon XD, Gale of Darkness, and Pokemon Coliseum. Like it's just kind of like, oh, like
when is Coliseum coming Pokemon to that GameCube
and stuff? Like, dude, I'm playing the shit out of that.
When is that coming to the GameCube?
I'm hoping it's soon. I don't think they had a exact date, right?
We've already got one game, and then we already got a leak that something else was going to come out. Somebody like found some data leak. Yeah, I can't remember what it was. Yeah, I'm good with moving on from Pokemon. Can we talk about the game that I'm actually interested in?
Yeah. Let's move on.
Metroid Prime 4 has been rated in, I believe it was South Korea already, which usually is like the first place that gives like games ratings. I feel like it's always like the South Korean rating board is rated the game, and you're like, oh, it's coming out soon, but they like do it like I don't know how many months in advance. So yeah, it is the South Korea's classification board, suggesting release date news could arrive soon. It is rated for ages 12 and up due to mild violence. I mean, where the frick is the release date for this game? I don't know what they're holding on. Like, what are they holding on to?
Do you think this gets delayed?
But you know what, man?
I don't think it'll be delayed. I feel like this was supposed to be a Switch 1 game as well, right?
This thing got announced in like 2019.
Yeah. It's rough.
I don't know. We'll see. I mean, it's a possibility. We still don't know about that Hyrule Warriors game. We still don't know about the game from Sakurai, the Kirby game. We still don't know about this. We have Pokemon Z to A. Like when? These are all supposed to come out this year.
It's coming slowly. I bet you we'll see something soon. about the next game, and then they're gonna do it game by game.
Well, we'll see.
Nintendo, I feel like, will rock everybody this year on sales.
You might not be wrong, man. I don't think anybody else is gonna.
Like, they have such good bangers coming up. Like
I wonder.
Bonanza,
I wonder how
I
much
bet you
Bonanza
sold like crazy too.
I wonder. Can you? Well, I think we'll know. We could. Let's check if you could even freaking buy it.
What, Bonanza? Or
Yeah, let's see if I could just go on EB Games and buy it.
I'm sure you still can. They probably made so many copies.
Could be. Yeah, you're right. That's not necessarily an indicator of a game sold well.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It could just be that they weren't anticipating sales to be as strong, and then people bought all out.
I think when they dropped the thing about like when they had the special state of the not state of play special Nintendo Direct for Donkey Kong Bonanza, and then we found out it was the Mario Odyssey developer. I think that was like
a huge selling point. Yeah.
Other games that are coming to the Switch apparently are Ubisoft's Assassin's Creed Shadows. There's been a Switch 2 listing somewhere, and this is after Ubisoft confirms that Assassin's Creed Shadows is coming for other machines, additional versions of the game. So I'm not surprised. I don't know how it's going to run, but so far nothing's been absolutely horrendous on Switch 2, but we'll see.
I actually have something to report about that in terms of performance.
Sure.
So I'll let you finish off these, and then maybe we'll finish what we have to talk about.
Yeah, we already know that Star Wars Outlaws is coming to the Switch 2, so I wouldn't be surprised. That was another Ubisoft game that came out recently. And a game that is for sure coming is Borderlands 4. There was big questions about if it's coming out or not, but they have confirmed, and it is going to release just weeks after other platforms. They have a release date of October 3rd, 3 weeks after the release on the PS5, Series X and S, and PC. So you're going to get your hands on that. It has the standard edition, the super deluxe edition, collector's edition. And but they are saying that the Switch 2 version will run mostly around 30 FPS with some dips. This is like Randy Pitchford himself saying this. So that's unfortunate, but we'll see how it plays. It's not the end of the world, I think, 30 FPS, but I don't know. With dips, like what does that mean?
Yeah, I mean, as long as it stays consistent, right? Like if it drops and you can notice a frame drop, then that's gonna not be fun, right?
Yeah.
So I like I said, I did finish rolling credits on Bonanza, and there is a part on the final boss battle where I did get quite a bit of frame drop / lag, very noticeably.
Handheld or docked?
Sorry?
Handheld. Or docked?
So that's why the caveat is I was handheld, and I don't know if it was because the system got heat soaked, because the last boss fight is a little bit more like graphically demanding in terms of things are happening on the screen and stuff like that. And I do feel like my console was getting quite hot. So maybe it is due to just throttling due to heat, but it is something that I did notice, and I was like,
I think that game is demanding anyway, man.
Yeah, I mean, it is very demanding in terms of a handheld game, I think. Like,
with all
the amount of times I had to charge my battery for Bonanza was quite aggressive.
You're saying it's killing your battery. I haven't really played handheld too much.
Yeah, I feel like the battery doesn't last very long when I'm playing Bonanza at all.
I'm curious. Maybe I should give it a try. I'm going camping this weekend, so maybe I'll take Bonanza with me and see how long it lasts.
Yeah, it definitely doesn't last very long, I find. I do have that charge only up to 80% thing marked, so I am only using like 80% of the battery, but like still, even that, I feel like I'm blowing through like 30% of battery in no time.
Yeah, that's it for Nintendo this week. We can move on to some third-party news, Durwin. I'd like to start off with Battlefield 6. Battlefield 6 has been the talk all year, with the news that they were going to create Battlefield Studios, which was a coalition of several EA studios working on this game. They had like the open test alpha, which was kind of open to the public. You just signed up, and we've been getting like leaks from it every single week, which I don't really put on the show because whatever.
There's a lot of chatter that people are more excited about Battlefield 6 than Call of Duty this time around.
I think just because it doesn't come out as often, I could see that being the case, especially with the weird Call of Duty reveal we got on Xbox. Remember that?
Mm-hmm.
With the like weird trailer. So yeah, we didn't get a full reveal. We got like a reveal trailer for what is going to happen this week. I believe tomorrow, where we're going to have a full multiplayer reveal and some other videos. Like if you go right now on YouTube and you search a Battlefield 6, yes, I guess we also got confirmation that the game is called Battlefield 6. It's like a cinematic trailer. It shows all the destruction. It seems to be grounded in a modern warfare setting. Like it's not futuristic like 2042 with these like freaking space tornadoes and these wing skill suits that you're flying in the air. It is not World War II like Battlefield 5 or World War I like Battlefield 1. It is back to kind of a grounded modern day warfare setting. But yeah, I think the video was like 2 seconds long. It was like a trailer, but they also have like other videos up on their website that you could like, let me just go check on their YouTube page. Yeah, upcoming Battlefield multiplayer reveal. So that's it. It's just the 2 videos. Yeah. Are you interested in Battlefield 6, Derwin?
I think I'm as excited as I am for all of these first-person shooters.
You're
My
not a big
excitement,
fan, are you?
yeah, my excitement level has definitely like gone down with time. I feel
Fair
like I hit my prime with like Call of Duty Modern Warfare. Like that
Yeah.
was like the top of the top of the top, and then ever since then with like the yearly releases, I just can't play
I
them
agree.
anymore.
It's fatiguing. Yeah, it's fatiguing. I agree. It's just been a long time since I played a Battlefield game. I did not play 2042 when it came out. I have not even touched 2042. Battlefield 6 is, I wouldn't say I'm a big fan of Battlefield. I never really got into Battlefield until Battlefield 1. I played a little bit of 4. I don't remember it that much. I played a little bit of the 360 ones. I don't remember them that much. But the big one that really got me into that series was Battlefield 1. Battlefield 1 is the game that I have the most hours on my PS5. Second is Elden Ring with like 200 and some. And third, believe it or not, thanks to my son, is Astrobot. So, yeah, I am excited for Battlefield. I love Battlefield 1. Like, Battlefield 1 is one of my probably top 10 games of all time. I love that game so much. It like has such a special place in my heart. Battlefield 5, as much as people complain about it, I feel like there's this thing with Battlefield where the Battlefield comes out and then everybody hates on it and complains about it and says it sucks. And the last one was the best one. And it happens every single time. And I don't really know. Well, like Battlefield 5, I loved. I didn't have any problem with. I didn't play as much as 1, but whatever. In 2042, I didn't touch. But yeah, we'll see. I'm excited for this. I am really excited for this game. Excited to play with some friends. And we also got like a bunch of leaks after this all got revealed. We have a full leak of their Battle Royale map, even though I don't believe they actually confirmed a Battle Royale mode was coming out yet.
Yeah, that'll probably be tomorrow.
Yeah,
Do their,
yeah, exactly. Yeah, so
launch.
Battle Royales, I think, become a staple. It's become really important. I think Halo Infinite probably should have had a Battle Royale. It probably would have saved it. I don't know. I know there was Battle Royale fatigue for a little while, but unfortunately, it's the thing that pays the big bucks. Like Warzone is a big deal. Yeah. So that is Battlefield 6. I got a lot of news about different games launching and unlaunching and being delayed and being canceled and being announced and being whatever. So buckle your seatbelt in, Derwin.
All right.
We'll start with Splitgate 2. Splitgate 2 is unlaunching as developer 1047 Games cuts staff. Splitgate 2 was kind of shadow dropped at the end of the opening night, not opening night live. What do they call it? At the Summer Games Fest, right? They don't call it opening night live. They just call it Summer Games Fest. The big show with Jeff Keighley, where the guy came up and he's like, make games great again or make first-person shooters great again with the hat, and he had the baseball bat. Yeah. So it looks like the game maybe isn't doing so good. The developer is unlaunching it. A bunch of staff have been laid off. It has low player count in the opening weeks and mixed fan feedback. I don't know how you just unlaunch a game. They're taking the game off sale to work on it further. And yeah, they're saying we launched it too early, blah, 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 blah. And they're also shutting down the servers for the first game. saying it costs some hundreds of thousands of dollars and it's costing them too much to keep it open. So not looking great for that game. Splitgate 1 was, I think, had a little bit of hype around it when it came out. And then kind of Halo Infinite took that hype because it came out like a month or two after. So some people were looking forward to this game, but I don't know. Maybe that stunt at the Game Awards that didn't do this studio any good.
Yeah.
Yeah. And now they're also taking off the first one. I don't know if that means the game is going back into I think it's going back into beta. So you could still play Splitgate 2 in beta, whatever that means.
That's beyond silly to me, but
yeah.
you know,
But Splitgate 1 is gone. Like you can't touch that anymore. It is weird. I don't like unlaunching games is interesting. But I mean, like your favorite game of the year is potentially going to be unlaunched again later, right?
mine's yeah, for sure. 100% going to be unlaunched. Like, so bringing it back to like the whole like stop killing video games thing, like would this game be like safe then? Like what would happen if gamers decided like they wanted to sue against this, right?
Bro, I mean, listen, I'm all for the stop killing video games, but you cannot expect someone to pay like thousands of dollars for a server if they're not making money off something.
Yeah,
That's
this
insane.
is the exact example that I feel like makes sense that they shouldn't be forced to like continue supporting this game, right?
Yeah, I mean, they have a case, right? Like it's tough because you create a game and you sell stuff in the game and people buy the game and you're not giving them a refund. Like I don't know, is there going to be like if it's free to play and you buy microtransactions and now you can't use those microtransactions? I don't know. I feel like if it's a free to play game, they don't owe you anything.
But like at what point should you be allowed not to support it? Like let's say I bought this controller after I used it for a year aggressively and it broke, then what am I expected to just get a free one from Microsoft? Right?
I don't know. It's tough, man. I don't have an answer.
Like I feel like there should be some sort of like shelf life almost, you know? Like
yeah, like I buy a game, you got to leave it as playable for 5 years.
Yeah, or like reasonably playable. Like if it's a single player game, then obviously like that should be playable for, you know, as long as I have the hardware to play it, right?
Yeah. I don't have it on the show notes, but that Don't Stop Killing Video Games initiative has reached the minimum number of signatures.
Yeah, I think we covered that last week.
Yeah. So they're that's in, I believe it's in the EU. So I think it's, I don't know exactly how it's going to work in legalese, but
yeah,
I'm curious to see what happens after that.
Yeah, I'm sad for this next story.
I know you are sad for this next story. I saw this news and I said, "Oh shucks." Durwin was really looking forward to this one. I was looking forward to it too. To be honest with you, I didn't feel like there was a lot of Halloween games this year. Silent Hill F is coming out a little bit before October, so like this was like the Spooktober game. But unfortunately, Supermassive has delayed Directive 8020 and has laid off a bunch of people, 36 employees to be exact. This is their upcoming sci-fi horror game. For those who don't know, Supermassive is the studio behind the famous Until Dawn and as well as the Dark Pictures anthology and what's that other one I played? The Quarry. So
yeah. I think they're missing. I think they're missing a major window here. Do you know why?
Why?
Because Alien Earth, we're kind of seeing this resurgence of like Alien and Predator stuff.
We are,
yes. So Alien Earth comes out August 12th. And that's like an ongoing TV series, right? Yes. So like I think as long as that Alien Earth's TV series goes well, like it honestly is like the best setup for this game ever.
I do feel like there's like a resurgence of sci-fi horror.
Yeah.
I agree, and like 100%.
The Predator movie or like the Killer of Killers animated movie, like that one was really good too. Yeah, that one was great too.
Yeah.
Like they're missing out on this, man.
I mean,
the new Predator movie does look really terrible, I think.
Yeah.
Just because they like made the Predator look really weird, like Badlands. Yeah, again, but like they're missing this window. Like it seems like if you're like an Alien / Predator fan, you're eating good this year, and to have this game not come out to kind of meet some of that in demand in between, like I don't know, man. Like they're missing out.
I also think they did a good step in going in like this direction and like just kind of separating away from the Dark Pictures anthology. I feel like there was too many bad games in the Dark Pictures anthology that like it was almost like you'd see a new Dark Pictures game coming out, you're like, whatever, who cares? It's not Until Dawn. And this one I was like, oh, cool, let's see what this is about. But yeah, no, I cannot agree with you enough, Derwin. I think like even an October horror game, it was a good time, and they kind of had this release date locked in pretty early on, and now it's being delayed to the first half of 2026.
Yeah.
So that better not be close to GTA, fellas. They also have another game that's coming out in October. I don't know if you're aware. Like a few weeks after when Directive 8020 was supposed to come out.
What game was that?
Little Nightmares 3 is coming out,
Oh.
like, I believe the week after that originally. Little Nightmares 3 was originally something developed by Tazier Studios, and it's moved development to the to Supermassive recent, like Tazier did 1 and 2, and then Supermassive I think is doing 3. So it's a different kind of horror game than they usually make, but that one hasn't been delayed. Yeah, that sucks, man. I am sorry for your loss. I know you were excited for this one.
Yeah. Oh man, I feel like it would have done so well.
Yeah, well. Elden Ring Night Reigns 2-player mode is coming next week, finally.
Is it not out yet? I thought
no,
I saw.
it is not. It is coming out with the July 31st update. There's a big July 31st
Okay, so in like 2 days.
Yeah. So congratulations for everybody who's been waiting. This would have been nice to come out day one, man.
When you don't have two friends to play with.
Yeah. Yeah.
Dude, I bet you somebody's gonna find a way to play like by themselves. Like two controller, like a controller in one hand.
That's pretty insane.
I bet you. I bet you.
Solo, man. Yeah, that'd be nuts. It's like that girl that beat Elden Ring. What's that streamer's name? She beat it like on a dance pad and on a controller at the same time.
Yeah, like just the most unhinged like controller.
Yeah. Assassin's Creed Shadows DLC is coming out next month with New Game Plus set for next week. We had like a little video from Ubisoft showing all their kind of content roadmap. So the DLC Clans of Awaja, I guess it's not next month, technically in September 16. And there's like a big roadmap for a bunch of like quality of life updates and whatnot. Assassin's Creed Shadows still selling very well. So, congratulations to Ubisoft, because God knows if it didn't sell good, they'd be shutting their doors right now. I am really curious to see how this game compares to Ghost of Yotei.
Well, you'll have to catch up on the backlog and beat it.
Yeah, I might just like get it just to like try it when Ghost of Yotei comes out and like compare.
Okay.
Yeah.
Hopefully there's a good sale at that time.
I think there should be around like Black Friday. Techland is delaying Dying Light the Beast for, just some extra polishing work. It is not a crazy delay. It was supposed to come out August 22nd, but it is now releasing September 19th. You a fan of the Dying Light series, Durwin?
I'm not.
To be honest with you, the other day they had like Dying Light 2 Stay Human on the PS Plus middle tier subscription, and they were taking it off. I'm like, man, I was always curious about this game. I want to try it. And I like tried it for a little bit. I didn't have enough time before they like took it off, but I was like surprised. I was like, oh, this is like feels good and looks good. It's got me like mildly curious about this game. Silent Hill 1 remake has apparently been in development 3 years ago. This is being claimed by a kind of a leaker named Dusk Golem. Interesting. So he's saying Silent Hill 1 remake, as far as I know, started dev around 3 years ago, roughly. This is like, so basically what he's saying is Konami is trying to line these all up. Silent Hill 2 remake last year, Silent Hill F this year, Silent Hill Townfall, which is another Silent Hill game being developed by a studio from Scotland, which I think they changed their name just this week from No Coders to something else. And then Silent Hill 1 remake 2027, and then an internal Silent Hill game 2028. I don't know what to make of this. I feel like I don't know if Konami would have got Bloober to go ahead and start working on this without confidently knowing Silent Hill 2 was going to hit. Because if you remember Silent Hill 2 remake, there was a lot of questions about it leading up to its release. A lot of people were saying, this is going to be garbage. This isn't going to be good. This looks like trash. But it came out and shocked everyone. So I thought this was like, oh, it was good. We greenlit it. 3 years in advance? I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know about 3 years in advance too. They might have had like some like, like, oh, maybe we can do like some framework stuff and like, I wouldn't be surprised if there was like, small things that have been done, but like for like a lot more things, and I doubt.
Yeah, it seems very weird. I don't think Konami would pull the
like
trigger
never
on
say
that.
never, but like I personally doubt it.
Yeah. I think Konami would have waited to see how Silent Hill 2 remake came out.
Mm-hmm.
Saber Interactive is working on a Hellraiser game for PS5, Xbox, and PC. They dropped a trailer. I'm going to be 100% honest with you. This trailer looked really cool. I have no idea what the heck Hellraiser is.
Dude, I don't care about Hellraiser. Finish Jurassic World, please. Next question. Let's get it.
What is
But
Hellraiser?
actually-
It is a 1987 horror fantasy mystery puzzle box. Blah 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 blah. I don't even know what this is.
Yeah, anyways, Jurassic Park. Bye.
Yeah, okay. All
No,
right.
it is a scary like movie. It's fairly old. It's got a cult following.
Okay, cool. Maybe I'll watch the
Yeah.
movie.
Yeah, like it's like the guy with like tons of needles on his face.
Have you watched the movie? Yeah, I'm looking at it right now.
I have never watched the movie. Do you think I would watch this movie?
I don't know. It looks kind of cool. It looks kind of stupid, but also looks kind of cool.
Yeah, no. I have personally not watched this movie.
Anyway, okay, fair enough. All right, I'm sorry. Saber Interactive, go back and get the was it Jurassic Park Survive? Yeah, get that
Jurassic
done.
Park Survive. Get it done.
I think you said Jurassic Park World by accident. I'm like,
Oh yeah, I think I said Jurassic World and then I corrected myself.
yes. Avatar Frontiers of Pandora is getting a third-person mode plus New Game Plus update. So this is crazy. I mean, this game should have been third-person from the start, to be honest.
Yeah,
with you.
it was weird that it was first person.
Yeah.
But in more exciting news, the trailer for what's it called? Something fire and ash
Yeah.
dropped, and that's way more interesting. Go watch that trailer.
We will watch it I'll watch it right now, and I will not talk about Avatar anymore. Move on. Still Wakes the Deep Studio, the Chinese room, regains independence, working on 2 original IPs. So they were basically going to be forced to become a support studio by who owns them? Who owned them previously? Where can I find this here? I read it somewhere.
What's a British indie studio
Yeah,
named the Chinese Room?
the
That's
Chinese
weird.
room. You thought they were like Chinese?
Yeah, I thought they were Chinese, bro.
Why? Okay,
Sumo Digital was the
Sumo Digital. Yeah,
original.
there was rumors that Sumo Digital was just going to turn them into a support studio, and so the I guess the co-owners were like, screw that, so they bought out the studio, and they
Good for them.
working. They are working on 2 IPs, new IPs, alongside Vampire the Masquerade Bloodlines 2. They're helping with that one.
Nice.
They released that game, Still Wakes the Deep, last year, which I still haven't tried, but it looked really cool horror game. Atari announces a special console and the Atari 50 DLC for Pac-Man's anniversary. Did you take a look at this?
I did not see
It
this
looks
at all.
really cool, but really pricey. These controllers are like...
Jeez, the controllers are pretty nice. They look better than the
not
DualSense controller designs.
They're like $40 a pop.
Jeez.
Have you ever played on one of these things originally?
I have
Atari
never
2600?
played on one of these things.
Oh man, I played on one time in like I'm not gonna go down the whole story rabbit hole, but it was crazy. Like I was like, what is this ancient thing? It was insane.
Yeah, the colorway is really cool though. I dig it.
It is a cool design. The age of game mechanics is over, or so claims the Shadow of the Colossus director, Ueda. Thoughts, Durwin? He basically is saying we kind of done, aside from games like to a T, we've kind of like done everything with regards to mechanics, and people are just trying to
man, I don't know.
flesh
The
out.
people are finding new things. Like, dude, that dragon, the Nintendo Switch one with the mouse controls. You're telling me that game mechanic was ever used?
Yeah, I don't know. Like, I mean, I kind of agree with him. Like, you hit a point where you're like, you bottleneck into like what game mechanics are, right? And then like we've been seeing it. Like VR can't pick up. It feels like it's hit a wall.
I feel like there is going to be a point where some new technology has come out and it just takes off. I feel like gaming is still not there in terms of
fair enough.
all game
But like
mechanics.
think about compared to like 1980 to 2000 versus like 2000 to 2020. It does feel like it's calcified.
Yeah, it's slowed for sure. Like a lot of games have the same mechanics over and over again, but I mean, there's still new things coming out.
Yeah, that's a good point. I don't know. We'll see. Final Fantasy Tactics Remake is a full rebuild because the original code was overwritten, and apparently that was like industry standard. They just did not like properly save stuff, and they would just kind of overwrite old code. And yeah, so the old code doesn't actually exist from 1997.
That's
They just
funny.
basically made it from scratch. I'm curious for this. I'm not really interested from what I saw, but I have heard that this is like the best Final Fantasy, one of the best by like a bunch of people.
I'm not sure if I ever played Tactics. I think I have before,
I've never like touched
and
it.
I think it was pretty fun coming from a guy that doesn't really like tactics games.
Fair enough. Yeah.
Yeah, I think it was one of the ones I've actually like gotten the furthest in, and I don't think I beat it by any means, but like yeah, I think I did get pretty far in that story.
Yeah, we'll see. I mean, it's kind of releasing at like a time that's not really opportune for me. Like, there's so many other things I'd rather play. But Durwin, I got more bad news for you.
This one's devastating.
Itch.io has hidden their entire NSFW games library as payment providers pressure stores. We kind of reported this on previous episodes. Basically, these credit card companies are enforcing these, these storefronts to kind of hide or, prevent them from selling these NSFW games. I know this sucks for you, how much they mean to you,
Yep.
especially considering the only other good game this year, Mind's Eye, is like out. So, like, how are you going to play Hitler Dungeon Porn Simulator, right?
Damn, that was very specific. It's like you knew.
Oh, I know about that game. I think I've seen it one time or something.
Yeah. Nah, geez.
This issue goes back to that game that featured incest and rape earlier this year. Do you remember that? That was on Steam for like ever, and people were calling to take it down. It was also on itch.io apparently.
Oh,
And
was
this is
that
kind of what
basically like
started
a
it
Game
all.
of Thrones game?
No, it was more like violent in nature, and it had like had rape in it, it had incest in it, and
yeah.
so,
I know that a lot of like in terms of like the adult entertainment industry has issues sometimes with payment providers, just in general as well. So
yeah.
yeah,
I
I
mean,
think this is like a rare time that it kind of bleeds over to even gaming.
I think it was because of the backlash from this specific game. They wouldn't take it down, and people were just buying it. I mean, like the description for the game was like "become every woman's worst nightmare" or something like that. So like it was kind of especially gross. So that's why kind of started this backlash. I don't know how I feel about this, but I mean, I don't particularly care, but at the same time, it's kind of weird. Like, I wonder how much Steam makes off these games. Probably a lot.
I don't know. I mean, there's that one game that's like that I always meme about to some of my friends, and it's like the waifus that are actually like they're basically like horses, and you race them, and then after the end of the race, they do like some sort of like K-pop or J-pop performance.
I think I've heard this.
Yeah,
I think I heard
it's on
this.
Hinge. It's like $80. That game is
Oh,
$80.
full price.
Yeah, like what is it? Anime girl horse racing game. Yeah,
Jeez.
Uma Musume Pretty Derby. It came out in 2018.
Uma Musume Pretty Derby. The heck?
Yeah, it says this one's free to play, but I remember seeing it. I think on Switch or something like that, and it was like expensive.
Yeah, I don't think this is like specifically NSFW. This is like those borderline kind of hentai games,
Yeah,
right? There's a lot of these on like the PlayStation Store too, but there's not like the full blown. Yeah. Derwin, I thought this article was really interesting. Test Drive Dev warns against using Steam numbers for player count data. Basically, I'm going to quote what he said in a recent interview to Push Square. A lot of players are watching Steam numbers because they're the only statistics available, but the Steam community for Test Drive Unlimited is not the biggest, and the difference can be very big between PS5, which is the most active platform for our game. So we know people are looking at Steam because it's the only numbers available, but trust me, it's not representative at all. I thought that was really interesting, and it got me like really curious. Like, I wonder what other games there are out there that show a significant split between like PC players and
yeah.
console players.
That's true. It is kind of hard to say. Like sometimes, like something on console will definitely sell better than on
Yeah.
PC.
Yeah.
But it's just kind of hard to tell. But like you gotta use what you gotta use, right? And like, I mean,
Yeah, you got to figure
it's
out
not to
what's
say it's completely inaccurate. Like if there's like 0 people or like 100 people on Steam, it doesn't mean that the console's like 10 times the amount, right?
Yeah. I wonder. I bet you like for like some of those like games like Crusader Kings or like Age of Empires or stuff like that, I bet you the PC numbers are way higher than the console numbers.
Because who wants to play on a
Exactly.
controller, right?
Yeah.
Like same with like let's say like tycoon games, like the
Agree.
Jurassic World Evolution 3 is coming
Yeah.
out. Like
Or like City
like
Skylines.
I'm not sorry, I'm not gonna try and build a whole theme park with a controller.
Yeah.
When I can use a mouse and keyboard. Like it just makes more sense. I feel like there's certain things that are just like play better on mouse and keyboard.
There are, yeah. You know what's doing really good? You know what's playing really good?
You know what's really for sure?
Yeah. That Magic the Gathering Final Fantasy set has made $200 million in one day, and it's the fastest selling Magic set ever. Insane.
Yeah.
That is insane. We cannot produce enough. Hasbro CEO Chris Rock said via GameSpot.
Dude, Magic the Gathering is like killing it. Their next release is the Spider-Man crossover one.
Ooh.
And then later this year is also going to be the Avatar The Last Airbender one. Dude, all of these.
There's a Fallout. There's a Fallout set and an Assassin's Creed set.
The Assassin's Creed set. I think I got you this.
You did give me a card.
Yeah, but they're hot this year, like crazy.
Full Magic the Gathering set Final Fantasy.
Yeah, I had to line up at Costco for like their commander decks when they had them come up. Yeah. I bought them for friends, but yeah, like
we're gonna this is crazy, bro. Should have bought this. These cards look amazing. The reason why I didn't buy this is because the cards they revealed were not very interesting to me at the time. I just kind of said, who cares? Like, I remember at the time when they first came out, I said, these are not very interesting cards, but they hadn't revealed the full set. I'm looking at the full set now, bro. Holy smokes, there's some freaking crazy cards here. There's a Fire Tifa Lockhart card, bro. Holy smokes.
Mm-hmm. They have a full art one.
Oh my God. These are some pretty cool chocobo cards. I mean, I'm kind of disappointed that I didn't buy this now.
Yeah, those ones I think are only pulled on the more expensive packs though. And they are very, very expensive from what I understand.
Sucks that I wouldn't get to freaking rip these open. Well. I got some other sales numbers, Durwin, just to close it off. Oblivion Remaster hits 9 million player milestone. Good for them. I am not surprised. That game probably sold like hotcakes. Elden Ring Night Rain and Shadow of the Erdtree hit new sales milestones. 5 million for Elden Ring Night Rain and 10 million for Elden Ring Shadow of the Erdtree, which is the DLC. And then Elden Ring itself has surpassed 30 million sales. So about a third of the people who bought the original game bought the DLC, which I thought was better than the original game, probably. Crazy DLC. And to top it all off, yeah, I already mentioned this. Elden Ring Night Rain was June's best-selling video game. That is it for news stories this week. And I'm saying that is it like that was like 5 minutes. But we have been talking for an hour and a half. So we better get a move on. We better start talking about what games we have been playing this week. Durwin, do you want to start or do I want to start? I'm going to leave it up to you.
I'll go through it real quick. So I finished Donkey Kong Bonanza. I don't think my mind has changed at all about it. It's pretty great. It's pretty amazing. Is it like the 90-something% that Metacritic is claiming? I don't think so. I think it's probably closer to like 80s, high 80s. There is like a little bit of a twist ending. I felt like the ending kind of dragged on for a little bit longer than I'd like. And then of course the frame rate hiccup near the end, as well as the battery life drain on the Switch 2 is kind of like a little bit disappointing with it, considering this is like the second big game that comes up for the Switch 2. But all in all, I think this is like a must play for the Switch 2 right now.
Yeah, for sure. I agree. I obviously have not played it as much as you. I'm kind of trying to play with my son, which I think I'm going to abandon because it's getting really hard and annoying to do. Because my son, the game, I want to hold the controller and I want him to just watch while I play. He won't do that, Donkey Kong. But the game where I'm pretty okay with him having the controller and just leave me alone, dude, Astrobot. No, I have to hold the controller and play the levels for him. Yeah.
Yeah, it's hard. It's hard.
It is. He just smashes his way down to the bottom of the level. Every level, all the way back down to the bottom of the ground. But yeah.
Man, that is a little bit annoying sometimes.
So how long do you think it took you to beat this game?
I don't know, man. I feel like I also got sidetracked a lot, so I can't really give a justification of like you beelining it for the end. because I did a mix of both, right?
I feel like that's the best. That's the healthiest.
Yeah. Like I'm not gonna go back and collect all these bananas because I'll literally go bananas. But like, yeah, I think like it is a must play game. I think like if you don't care for multiplayer, like get this game over Mario Kart World.
Yeah, I cannot help but think this is probably the if one or two of these games is the $110 one, it should be Mario. It should be Donkey Kong Bonanza, not
Yeah,
Mario Kart World.
I actually think that it's like well deserved in terms of like level design just gets better and better. It's like the puzzles get a little bit harder and like everything's just kind of more interesting versus like I go race on racetrack and throw things at people. You know?
I believe it's a superior product.
Yeah. So next game. This one came out earlier in July but we kind of just both like glanced over.
Okay.
And that is Shadow Labyrinth.
Ah, yes, this is the Pac-Man 2D game, Metroidvania.
Yes. Yeah, so 2D platformer. You seemed more interested in it, but I thought I would give it a try because you were doing Wu Chang Fallen Feathers.
Yeah, and a few other things.
Yeah,
and
a
I
few other things.
also the Metacritic score for it dropped, and I was like, eh.
Well, yeah,
this is a
dude,
pass.
I don't know. Like, I personally only played a couple of hours, like maybe 3 or 4 hours. I did not like this game at all.
Oh,
Like
okay.
the first thing that makes me like kind of hate it is the visuals. Like some people like the visuals of it. To me, this looks like a mobile game.
The visuals look like a shittier version of Metroid Dread in a darker setting.
In all aspects. Metroid Dread I actually loved because
yeah,
I don't really like 2D platformers, but like if it looks like what
Metroid Dread.
Yeah, if it looks like what Metroid Dread and played as well as Metroid Dread, I think I would enjoy it a little bit.
Do you know the art style is like wasn't this an episode of that show that came out late last year that nobody talked about after it came out? It was the video game show on Amazon Prime. It had like Concord on it.
Yeah. I thought it would look way cooler and would look more like that, but
yeah.
Yeah, this one was like it's almost like the art style is like a visual novel art style, like very similar to like it's like weird. It's like a drawing, but then it kind of like moves almost. Yeah. So you play as like Swordmaster 7 or Swordmaster 8 or something like that, and then Pac-Man is Puck, and then it's a 2D platformer. There's certain lines that you can switch to Pac-Man and like kind of jump around on. There's like special abilities that you collect to help you platform. I don't know. I feel like the hitbox move or the hitbox and the damage boxes were a little bit weird. Like sometimes if you got close to an enemy and like technically you overlap, but then the hitbox isn't there. So then a lot of the time it's kind of like a little bit of a guessing game for where the hitbox is.
Okay.
So I don't know. I personally wouldn't rate it as like I think a lot of people rated it like 8. So like 80%, 70%.
70. I think it was like a
was Metacritic around 70. I think it's more of like a, to me, this like a 50, a high 50s, maybe 60% game. Like it's not like it's unplayable, but it's not like something I enjoyed purely because of the art style. The voice acting like doesn't exist.
It's a 69 on Metacritic with 35 votes. Everybody's kind of like, putting it in the 60-50.
Like it is kind of cool to see a different spin, and there's a lot of like callbacks to other Namco things from what I've heard. I'm not like a big Namco fan, so I don't know a lot of the references, but like I don't know. I just felt like it wasn't the most enjoyable thing to play. Like I played what was it earlier this year? I played the Metroid Fusion and what was the other one? The other Metroid one that was on GBA basically. Dude, those were so fun. And then compared to this,
Final Mission? No, what was it called?
Yeah, like I think something like that.
Yeah, that is interesting. That sucks. I don't know. I saw the reviews for it too, and I know I was more high on it than you were, but after those reviews came out, I was kind of like,
and I can confirm like I wouldn't recommend it. Yeah.
Oh well, boohoo! I have no games to play.
Hey, I'm gonna go back and play Ghost of Tsushima again. Yeah, I think that'll be back, or that Digimon game that I picked up and have like 300 hours in.
You should just stop on Digimon and wait for Time
Strangers. Yeah. I did also play a little bit of Wu Chang Fallen
Okay.
Feathers as well. Definitely only like maybe like an hour max. So
Did
I will let
you?
you take it away with that one.
I guess how far did you
Because
get in Wu
not
Chang?
very far. I suck at Souls games.
So did you find it? I guess okay. Let me. Okay, so for the listeners, Wu Chang Fallen Feathers is a game from a Chinese developer. It is a action Souls like. Um, it is like one of these like multiple action Souls like that we've been seeing coming out. We already had First Berserker is on this year, which is thematically a little bit different, setting wise and whatnot, but plays very similar. I would say maybe art style probably closer to Wukong.
Yeah, it
Uh,
definitely has like the Wukong like environment vibes for sure.
yeah. So I guess I'm gonna ask you is how does this compare to Wukong? Because you're saying you're not good at Souls games, but isn't Wukong a Souls game and you play
I
the
don't
hell out of
think
it?
no Wukong is definitely less of like a Souls game.
It's
There's
less
like
harder.
yeah, it's definitely way easier than this. Maybe because I'm not used to the system yet,
Mm.
but I feel like this game is a little bit harder. Like I just haven't really worked out the timings for dodges and
Yeah.
this this game doesn't have parry, right?
Parries are something you have to equip to specific weapons
Oh,
as
okay.
a function. So your great axes can block, and I can't remember now which one can parry, but or you have to like
So only
unlock it and
certain
add it.
weapon types can parry.
Certain weapon types can parry, and you have to have it like attached to that. It's on your
Yeah,
like
okay, yeah.
LB or your L2 or whatever.
Yeah, I don't know. I just feel like this game is a lot more complicated than Wukong is.
I'm not gonna lie, there are some crazy level of mechanics in this game. Like there are a lot of things to keep track of and pay attention to. And I
Yeah,
couldn't
so
help
like
but be like, oh, I'm losing track of this.
yeah, so I feel like the learning curve on this is like steep for me.
Yeah. There's
Like
like the madness bar, and when you die and you lose your souls, if you die again, you build up more madness. So to get your souls back, you have to fight this like phantom, this red phantom that exists over your souls, and you have to fight them to get your souls. So yeah, there are like different mechanics that I haven't seen before. And I feel like I haven't unlocked that much of it, but there is a focus on magic. It's like built into your build. It's not like there's like magic
okay.
options. Like there's like your Y button or your triangle button is your magic like item. And I've seen people like later end game do some crazy stuff with it.
Okay, okay. Yeah, I don't know. I'm going to give this a little bit more time and like see if I can like figure it out, but like
Mm.
I wanted to kind of play this, but it is a steep learning curve. And
You were more high on this than I was.
yeah,
The other way around,
yeah.
yeah.
And I
Yeah.
feel like the lack of a mini map is like a bit annoying for me because there's like nothing to keep track of your quests either that I've
Wasn't this a
noticed.
problem with Wukong as well?
But there was less of a side quest, I feel, and I feel like they're because the I feel like you are more powerful in Black Myth. You can kind of get away with like clearing the level. Like I
There
don't know.
there is a way in Wu Chang where you could like keep track of your quests when you go to like your not your sites of grace, your equivalent of your sites of grace, your like rest spots.
Okay.
When you like go to the fast travel menu on the rest spot and you highlight them, it'll show
It'll
you
show you.
you
Okay.
ones that where you have a quest in that area. It won't really tell you any more than that.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah,
It just I don't know. That I feel like the levels are also less linear, maybe.
they are less linear for sure. I think.
So
I well
maybe
here no, I'm gonna take that back. I have not played Wukong, so I don't know.
yeah, I feel like Wukong is like yeah, it's like kind of open world, but like it's like a map, and really like you go from one portal
Point to
to
another
another, and there's like different ways to get there, but really like it's fairly linear.
linear. This
So
for
I feel
sure
like this is
has
a lot more wide.
it has Souls level design. There are meandering corridors which interconnect to each other in different ways, and you can create different shortcuts to explore these different corridors. I heard from a streamer online named Andy Cortez that this game was some of the best level design since like a Dark Souls 1, which is a crazy statement to make. From what I've seen, I have not seen that. It does have the interconnected levels. I mean, obviously, I haven't played it all, and they're all the whole little secrets. Like you go into this room and you come out from this end. All of that's there, but I would not dare to say it is any From Software level design. any level from software level design. Like those level designs, the way things are interconnected and are like you go around and traverse are some of my favorite things actually in Souls games. And I don't think that was there. I think what they had, I like that stuff and I like that it was there. I never once at one point in time played, and I'm granted, I have not played a significant amount of this game. I've beat 2 bosses, right? So from what I've seen, it's not like anything like that's making my head hurt per se. I like could already map it out. Be like, I see that other side on the other side of the water. I bet you go up this way, come back down this way, and I bet you this path takes you this way, and you know.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, I mean that's granted. I don't know. Maybe the more I play, the more I will find out that you know that actually this level design is crazy. But I actually love that. I feel like I'm one of the only people kind of in my friend group and extended like people I know that plays from software Souls games that like my highlight is actually the level design. I love the level design. I love exploring. I love going into this world, especially like the castles and dungeons. In Elden Ring, that was one of my favorite things. You go into like the big city, or you go into like Stormvale Castle, or you go into all the other like the DLC, the big black castle in the DLC. The way all the entrances are connected, you could come out from this side, come out from that side. There's secret bosses in the basement, and it takes like hours, like 10 hours to go through this entire labyrinth of interconnected tunnels and stairways, and you go over here on this ledge and it brings you over here and you could see the item on the other side. How do we get to that? Like I love that about From Software games. It is one of my favorite things. And when it is done right, it's exciting. When it's done wrong, it's kind of frustrating. I just get lost. Yeah, I do see that in this game. I don't think there's that much of it so far. And I did play first Berserker Kazan earlier this year, and I didn't think this game had any more of that than first Berserker Kazan. So I don't know about the level design, the linear level design. Anyway, I'm sorry, we kind of went on a tangent. Continue.
No, I think that was all my thoughts for that right now.
Yeah. So this game is sitting at 75 on Metacritic. It is a lower price game. What's the word I'm trying to say? Yeah, it's like I think 50 USD or something like that. So it's not a full price game, and it is on Game Pass day one. I'm not gonna lie, I was not like into this game. I am notorious on this podcast for talking shit about Souls likes, and specifically like these like East Asian kind of copycat Souls likes, right? They all start with woo or whatever, you know. We have Where Winds Meet coming out soon here, and what you know. But I'm not gonna lie, I was pleasantly surprised with what I've played for this game so far. First of all, one thing I always didn't like about From Software games, which I've kind of grown to like now, is the way your character exists in this world is he's kind of this dummy that like rotates on like a pinpoint, that just kind of walks around in this world like stupid. He doesn't really have the coolest animations. He doesn't have like the coolest dodge animations. He just like does a stupid roll or whatever, stupid potion heal. Like, you know, it doesn't feel that cinematography. There's no like combos, you know, you don't feel the cinematography of like playing like an action game, right?
Mm-hmm.
So that's one thing I didn't really like about From Software games. It's starting to grow on me because it's kind of like comedic, like you're like this little dumb idiot who's going to fight this big boss. These action Souls likes from other developers, whether it be from Team Ninja like Neo and Wu Long Fallen Dynasty, right?
Mm-hmm.
They have this ability. They bring the Souls formula, but then also bring like superior motion capture and enemy animations and player animations and mix it together to create it like that action kind of Sony first party studio game, like a God of War like motion capture sort of thing, plus the From Software kind of thing. And that game of course has it, like the way the player moves, it feels cool, it feels like you're, you know, like stylish. So I really like that about that already from the start. Again, I haven't played enough to know if it like shines bright compared to other Souls likes. And to be honest with you, I usually don't stick around with these games much often, these copycats. But from what I've played so far, I think it's great. Like I played that stupid tutorial boss that you die to, and then there was a side boss that I played. Then I beat the first main boss, and I've continued on to a certain point in the game. Yeah, I did beat the bosses on my first try.
So it is fairly easy.
So I did not find it that hard. What I found harder was some of the swarms of random enemies, especially those small guys that like jump on your back
the
and
little
stab you and
goblins.
those guys are kind of annoying. Yeah, I don't know. I'm curious. It's kind of a tough time for release schedule. Maybe I'll play it some more. But I was having fun. I'm not gonna lie, I was pleasantly surprised by that game. And it does have that quality of life stuff that From Software doesn't have, where it's like proper like dialogue and like cutscenes and all that kind of stuff. They're not cheaping out on that. So I've heard mixed things. Some people are saying that this is not a big deal, but some people are saying that this is better than the other Woos. Better than the Wukong or the Wulong or whatever. It does.
I don't know about Wukong.
Yeah, I don't know. Yeah, I know that's the holy one that nobody freaking. I still haven't played that game, man.
Oh, you'll get a chance.
I will.
August 20th release, right?
The physical?
Game Pass, I thought. Oh no, not Game Pass, but
I think it's the Xbox. It's not Game Pass. Yeah, I think the physical's already out. That's kind of why I held out.
Yeah. You could buy a PS5 like collector's edition, I thought, or was that Steam? I can't remember. It was expensive though.
It was. That's Wu Chang Fallen Feathers on Game Pass for whoever wants to try it. And it's a cheaper entry point as well. Do we want to talk about some of the other games? Do you have anything else?
No, I got nothing else.
Okay, I can move on quickly to the other things I've been trying this week. I have been playing Monument Valley 3, which is a game that came out late last year as a Netflix mobile exclusive and recently has come off of that and gone on to PC and consoles. I recently played Monument Valley 1 and 2 on my Steam Deck when I got it. Those were the first two games I played. I absolutely love those games. Monument Valley 3 as well. Three of them are really short games. I mean, it is Monument Valley. Monument Valley 3 is Monument Valley. Like you know what you're expecting, you know what you're getting into. These beautiful vistas, this beautiful like kind of art design with color and like the color schemes and everything put together, and the way the puzzles work and the isometric rotation of geometry is all like amazing. So I love these games. I recommend this one as well. I can't help but notice that like my biggest criticism of this series is I do think the puzzles are actually rather easy. They're not challenging at all. You look at them, you know how to solve it right away. I think Monument Valley 2 would be the better of the three. I feel like the end game, the later stages of Monument Valley 2 really got me to kind of itch my head and figure out how to like solve the puzzles. Monument Valley 3, I think, was a little bit easier. Yeah, so I rolled credits on that this week. It came out, I believe, on the 22nd. I also have been playing Wheel World, which is a game published by Annapurna Interactive. It also came out to Game Pass last week. It is... what is that like art style? Can you like search up Wheel World and tell me what that art style is? It's almost kind of like Sable. Is it cell shaded? Is that what it's called?
I don't know.
I don't know what that art style is called. You see it a lot in indie games. You see it in games in like Sable or, I could think of a few other ones. Anyway, this is like a
cell shaded, Mobius inspired aesthetic is what AI says.
Okay. It is like this is like, it's almost like a cozy game for me, right? It's like a chill Zen sports racing game where you are a person on a bike and you go around this open world racing other like bike gangs. The whole world is all based around bikes and there's wheels everywhere and stuff like that. You race other people, you win these races, you get rewards, your rewards are parts for your bikes. You swap out those parts and make your bike, you like tweak it up, make it better. It's really zen. It's really relaxed. You just drive around on your bike. And then you like find spots to do races. That's really what the game is. You go fight some like bosses too. There's like bosses in different portions of the map. Those are like your big races. It's a shorter game. I haven't run credits on it yet. It's for sure a shorter indie game from what I understand. Unfortunately, it's kind of like the first hour is like, that's it, right? Like once you've played it, you know what the rest of it's going to be. And I have kind of looked at other reviews online that say it kind of gets boring after a while. I haven't hit that point yet, but there's apparently a level of repetitiveness to the game, and you're just kind of, doing the same thing over and over and over and over again. So the races are a lot easier too. They're like the skill level never ramps up. The races are always easy. So that's kind of unfortunate. I still really enjoyed it, so I still want to keep playing it a little bit and see what the deal is with that. That's Wheel World on Game Pass. Also, what got shadow dropped on Game Pass was Descenders Next. That is from the developer of, I think it's called Descenders. Yeah, it's like a mountain bike game, cycling game. But this one is snowboarding. Kind of similar to how Lonely Mountain Downhill was a mountain bike game, and then Lonely Mountain Slopes, the game I played earlier this year that I really loved, also on Game Pass. I like these sport games. They're really zen. I love playing them. Descenders Next, unfortunately, I don't know. It just didn't, I didn't really have the pull that I was looking forward to. The stages are really short. It's kind of mostly like trick based. I feel like you're just kind of resetting most of the time trying to land these perfect tricks. It was not my vibe, unfortunately. I only played it for about an hour or two put down. I was really hoping I would like it like Lonely Mountain Downhill, which is right now still one of my favorite games I played this year. Fortunately, that is not the case. It is in open beta. Maybe they're going to clean up the way the content is presented, but as of right now, I don't really recommend it.
Mm-hmm.
I want to end the episode by saying I have got the Platinum Trophy on Elden Ring Night Rain. I done it, Durwin. Me and the squad beat the final boss with all of the characters, all 8 characters in the game. And so, yeah, there is nothing left to do in the game for me. I can do some of the character quests, but they're kind of annoying. That's really the only content left. And the new updates that are coming out. You know, every time they add a new boss, we hop on and beat him.
Yeah.
We beat Sentinel Pest. We beat Gaping Jaw with a miracle, honestly. I don't know how anyone beats the harder version of that boss. We were like nuking him. Like we were so overpowered and we still barely got through that fight. So,
Damn.
Yeah. New boss coming out July 31st with that update. Maybe we'll try that. But is Night Rain.
Are you going to keep the game or are you going to end up selling it?
I think I'm going to keep it. And I know DLC's coming. And to be honest with you, I turned on that game. Like I was not really enjoying it when it first came out. I kind of thought it was stupid and I wasn't really a fan. But for sure now it's one of my more funner experiences of this year. It's pretty hard for me to say this is like one of the games of the year, to be honest with you, but I enjoyed it a lot. So
okay.
I will stop talking about Night Rain on this podcast after this.
You can see like your serious like hate, and then now you're like I have it beat.
Yeah. Durwin, that's it for this week. You got anything else to add there?
Nope. We are done. We just made it to about 2 hours. So.
2 hours. Oof, geez, long.
They're
episode.
back. 2 hour episodes.
The 2 hour episodes are back. Yeah, man. All right. You guys can, if you like what you're listening to, please leave us the like and subscribe button on YouTube, Spotify, or Apple Podcasts, wherever you get your podcast, and ring the bell so you get the notification when the new episode drops. And you can follow us on Instagram, and it's all at the Slow Run Cast. So thanks for joining us this week, and stay tuned for next week. It's quieter summer, but we got Gamescom coming up in a few weeks now, and then we're going to get the big fall push. So lots of games to talk about. Take care and stay safe and enjoy the Calgary weather with all the rain. Actually, today was sunny, but
Bye.
Bye.